She's so fine. Hell of her blows my mind. Hell of her lights my day.
What's good, guys? This story is coming out of Hampton, Virginia, and I want to thank my good friend and sis, Marie722, for sending it to me. Hampton police investigating homicide of 20-year-old woman, teen arrested in connection. Hampton police are investigating a homicide in the first block of Berkley Drive Tuesday evening.
Studious, fashionable, and more importantly, a friend you could count on. That's how faculty, staff, and students described their classmate and fellow NCCU Eagle, Raegan Chisley.
The call came in at 5:56 p.m. Police say the victim, 20-year-old Raegan Chisley, was taken to a local hospital where she was pronounced dead on arrival. Officers later responded to the same block after receiving information that an armed suspect entered a nearby residence following the incident. SWAT units responded, but no one was inside the home. These incidents are believed to be related.
Police are searching for a murder suspect.
Person they're looking for is just 16 years old. Police say Zakwan Tyler shot and killed 20-year-old Raegan Chisley on Berkley Drive last night. The shooting turned into a barricade situation. The SWAT team surrounded a home for hours before realizing it was empty. Dana Smith spoke with a neighbor who heard the gunshots and called police.
Police say they found the 20-year-old victim lying in the street here on Berkley Drive, and things eventually ended with a barricade situation at this home right here. You can see the broken windows where police fired tear gas canisters into the home, looking for the 16-year-old suspect. Betty Barefoot has lived in the neighborhood for 33 years. She was at home just before 6 p.m. when she heard a gunshot and called 911.
I walked across the street and looked down the street, and you could see one of the policemen doing CPR on the girl, and the ambulance came, put her in the ambulance, and had two police cars just flying behind them, getting her to the hospital.
According to police, officers heard someone with a gun ran into this home, so SWAT teams surrounded it before realizing the home was empty. Barefoot said she and other neighbors witnessed officers firing tear gas canisters into the house.
To hear them say, "This is the Hampton Police Division, come out with your hands up," that I've never heard. So that was a little frightening.
Police are looking for 16-year-old Zakwan Tyler. Officers say he shot and killed 20-year-old Raegan Chisley.
To find out that the shooter was a 16-year-old boy, that was surprising.
Neighbors say there has been crime in the area, so they're not shocked by the violence. But the ages of the victim and the suspect are unexpected.
16 years old, and then now they end up going to prison or something, and the rest of their life is ruined.
In Hampton, Dana Smith, 13 News Now.
If you see Zakwan or know where he is, call the crime line at 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP, and you can remain anonymous.
Police say the suspect in this homicide, a 16-year-old juvenile male, was arrested Wednesday. Charges are on file for murder, possession of a firearm by a juvenile, and use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. The investigation remains ongoing.
The suspect police had been looking for has been arrested. 16-year-old Zakwan Tyler is charged with murder in the death of 20-year-old Raegan Chisley. Chisley was found shot on Berkley Drive back on June 22nd. According to police, shots rang out after an argument in the area. Chisley was a student at North Carolina Central University and
Police arresting this 16-year-old Zakwan Tyler for allegedly shooting a woman. Officials have been looking for him since June 22nd. They say he shot and killed 20-year-old Raegan Chisley on Berkley Drive. Tyler is being charged with murder.
Friends and loved ones of Raegan Chisley, they came together to honor her life. And they had a lot of really good stuff to say about her. I mean, like, extraordinary good stuff to say about her. And that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about that. It says friends and loved ones came together to honor her life. She died after being shot off Berkley Drive. The community at North Carolina Central University, where Raegan Chisley was a student, held a virtual memorial. Her friends and mentors said she was a dedicated student who had big dreams of being a doctor one day. Students, faculty, and staff described their fellow NCCU Eagle as studious, fashionable, and more importantly, a friend you could count on. The 20-year-old died from her injuries after being hit by gunfire. Those who knew her are still struggling to understand what happened.
Studious, fashionable, and more importantly, a friend you could count on. That's how faculty, staff, and students described their classmate and fellow NCCU Eagle, Raegan Chisley. She was a friend who felt more like family, a bright soul with a big heart who will be deeply missed.
She was such a fun, caring person. She had the most unique kind of personality I've ever seen in my life.
Raegan, you are my heart, and I will never find a friend like you. I love you, and until we meet again. I don't know what point that is going to feel real.
Raegan didn't let me drop out, and I thank her for that. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here right now.
I definitely wanted to bring this story to the channel because really, she should be featured in my Black Girl Magic playlist because she was just like that. Unfortunately, now she falls under my tragic death situation thanks to this 16-year-old kid. And it really pisses me off because she had so much going for her in life. I did not know her personally, but I'm telling you, when I read her story, I was just overwhelmed. Something about the story just caught me, and it did something to me. So I definitely wanted to talk about her life and also her death and how tragic that is, that it played out like it did. I don't think she'll ever be forgotten, not by the faculty at the college, not by her friends, and certainly not by her family. So I wanted to do her justice and do a video on her, just showcasing her life. I want to read one more thing, and it's from the obituary. I thought it was really neat that her family chose to separate her life into chapters. Chapter 1, Baby Girl. Our dear daughter and beloved princess, Raegan Chisley, affectionately known as Pork Chop, was born on June the 9th, 2001 in Portsmouth, Virginia, to Shania Jackson and Terry Chisley. I'm so sorry. She was outgoing, intellectual, curious, a social butterfly, passionate, loved to learn, intelligent, life of the party, and her greatest attribute was her loyalty. It's cliche, but Raegan was truly beautiful inside and out. You could feel her energy when she was near. She was 20, bubbly, vivacious, fun, and like no other. She wanted to try all things new and was not afraid. Raegan enjoyed life and was eager to taste all that it offered. Chapter 2, Dance and Cheer. Raegan Chisley loved dancing and cheering. She started dancing at age 3 and performed her first dance recital in 2004 as a ballet member of Académie de Ballet. She later joined a dance competition team instructed by Evelyn Ott School of Dance from 2010 to 2013. Though she loved dancing, in 2013 she decided to focus all her attention on cheering. She cheered for Churchland Middle School and Bethel High School. She was quite the athlete, and for a few years she played basketball and ran track. By middle school, Raegan said, "Those sports require too much sweating and it's messing up my hair." Chapter 3, Fashionista School Days. If you knew Raegan, you knew she was all about her hair and fashion. She was her family and friends' fashionista. They often contacted her for ideas on what to wear, especially her little brother Zion. She loved styling herself in a fresh pair of J's. The sneakerhead princess loved putting together an outfit, but she also loved designing her own wear with her favorite designer, Rick Lamar. Sleek and on fleek every day. Raegan attended Bethel High School and graduated with honors in 2019. While attending Bethel, she was enrolled in the Governor's Health and Science Academy early college program through Thomas Nelson Community College. This program prepared her for her next move to North Carolina Central University. Raegan would have been entering her junior year as a biomedical science major. She dreamed of attending NCCU since age 11 as a 6th grader. At NCCU, she was a member of the Minority Association of Pre-Medical Students and also served as a chemistry tutor. Raegan had plans to attend medical school and was preparing herself by interning with research and mentorship programs. Her most recent was the North Carolina Health Careers Access Program's Science Enrichment Preparation Program at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Raegan was aspiring to become the Dr. Chisley. After undergrad, she was planning to pursue her medical degree specializing in anesthesiology. Our future doctor wanted to practice abroad for a few years and then return back to the U.S. to practice in North Carolina, Florida, Texas, or Georgia. Raegan Charnay Chisley leaves to cherish her beautiful spirit. Mother, Shania Jackson. Stepfather, Kenneth Jackson. Father, Terry Chisley. Stepmother, Lakeisha Williams. Siblings, Terry T.C. Chisley, Zion Jackson, and Zayden Jackson. Grandmother, Geraldine Chisley. Grandfather, Leroy Knox Sr. Godparents, Maggie Knock, Craig McQueen, and Shelley Christian. Godsisters, Keontae Knock, Bakari McQueen, Adeline Knock, and Mackenzie France. Aunts, Kimberly Wall, Timothy Hill, and Nina Locke Thomas. Uncles, Charles Chisley Jr., William Wall, Darnell Wall, Walter Knock, Sean Chisley, Antoinette, and Leroy Knock Jr. Special friend, Chanda White, and a host of cousins and friends. She had a beautiful service. She went out the way she should have, in style. And I think it is just a terrible, terrible shame that this 16-year-old snuffed this young lady's life out when she had so much to offer the world. So I just wanted to bring this story to the channel. Number one, to let people know that you can do this. Look at all this young girl accomplish in her very short life. Number two, gun violence is real. It's a scary part of reality, and a bullet has no name on it. It affects all of us. And number three, I just wanted to bring awareness to what's going on, man. This is just absolutely ridiculous. And I hope that the judicial system does what it is set up to do, which is punish this 16-year-old. Juvenile or not, I think that he should be charged as an adult. He's doing adult things, and I'm going to end the story on that note. But my thoughts, prayers, condolences go out to this family. Thanks for watching, guys.